Hi everyone, good evening. So for my topic that I've selected, it's going to be regarding the COVID vaccination. And this is going to be a persuasive essay or a persuasive speech that I have selected. I'm trying to persuade audiences on why they should be fully vaccinated. And some of the reasons I think that people should be fully vaccinated is because, first of all, take into consideration the safety of yourself or others and society. So for the biggest thing, being fully vaccinated is going to help just provide a more safer environment. Obviously, no one's saying that you're going to be fully protected from getting COVID. There's people that I know that have gotten the vaccination and they still have tested positive and even been hospitalized, even fully vaccinated. So it just depends, and your immune system, how well you take care of yourself. So in general, that's going to be what we're trying to persuade our audiences today. And so the number of people vaccinated in the US has been around 441 million. That's how many doses have been administered in the time that the vaccination was developed. And around 194 million are fully vaccinated, and the population of fully vaccinated people are around roughly 58.8%. If you ask me, that's a very low percentage considering people that take like the flu shots or any other kind of shots. So with that being said, if you think about 58% and then the population that we have in the world, not just the United States, but in the world, there's a lot of people. So for us to reach that goal of at least maybe hitting about 70 to 75% would be the ultimate criteria for us to be pretty well balanced around the vaccination. So, sorry about that. I got a little mixed up here. So the cases and death rate from COVID-19. I know I said I was discussing the COVID vaccination, but I'm still going to give you guys a little bit of details regarding the pandemic and the COVID-19. So the number of total cases were around 47.2 million, and the death rate was skyrocketing for 763,000, which, getting back to it, that's a lot if you ask me, considering the fact that a lot of people, unfortunately, lives were lost, people were hospitalized, and throughout the pandemic, it was just a really rough time for us. Probably the roughest time we've ever been through. So even to this day, we're still taking precaution, using the proper sanitation, the use of covering, using face coverings, and another helpful resource would probably be being fully vaccinated. So those are things to take into consideration. So let's go ahead and discuss some of the benefits of the COVID-19 vaccine. As far as, like I said before, the COVID-19 vaccine isn't going to prevent you from getting COVID. At the end of the day, you can still get it. You can be fully vaccinated and you could still have problems. So the benefits of it, thankfully, is that it helps boost your immune system. That's a definite fact. And the vaccine will reduce not only the spreading of the virus, but in order to avoid another outbreak, such as what we went through with the pandemic. And the evidence shown that the evidence has been proven and shown that the vaccinations are fully safe and effective. So now let's go ahead and discuss some of the side effects of the COVID-19 vaccine, which are basically some of the symptoms of the COVID-19 virus, which are going to include fever, fatigue, headache, muscle pains, chills, nausea, just a little bit of different symptoms. There's even been people that told me that they have experienced muscle soreness from wherever the shot was administered in your arm or other areas. I've only met people that have had it in the arm, so I don't know anyone else that's had it anywhere else. But like I said, although we don't know the long-term effects that the vaccine is going to have on our bodies within time, we also don't know the long-term effects that the virus is going to have. So I think it's better to be safe than sorry. and take the proper precautions in order to better protect ourselves, because at the end of the day, you look at something like this, and you kind of see the way that things turned out after this. We're still dealing with the pandemic right now. Maybe things are getting better. Capacity is opening up, mask mandates are being removed, but at the end of the day, you should not be comfortable. You should not take into consideration what has happened in this last basically 2 years. So that's something that I think a lot of people should consider as far as the vaccine, being fully vaccinated, not just getting one vaccine, but getting both. And it's something that I have even looked into, and I was a firm believer of never getting the vaccine. But after, I unfortunately tested positive, it was something that I had to look into. Thankfully, I was fortunate enough to only be sick for a couple of hours, maybe like not even a day. And after that, I was fine, like nothing happened. But it was something I had to consider. The fact that my parents are a lot older. Um, it was just to better protect myself as well as my family. So with that being said, I hope I can encourage and persuade other audiences to do something like this, because at the end of the day, we really don't know. Things can go back to how they were. It's not like if COVID isn't going anywhere anytime soon. In reality, as I've said, we're all trying to live around it. We're trying to get over the hump we went through, but in reality, we haven't really gotten over it. So that's gonna basically be the main points that I'm trying to get at.